Hello everybody, this is Tazilon. I am here in Windstorm for volume 22 of Cool Comeback Cinema. What is a cool comeback cinema? Well, it's a series I do from the Lighthouse that features scout tanks who've fallen way behind in a match and managed to come back and win. Doesn't have to be me. Anybody playing a scout tank that meets the requirements can submit their replay to me. I will turn it into a YouTube if it qualifies and post it on my YouTube site, and also provide a link to it on both the NA and EU forums. Doesn't matter what server you play as long as you're playing the online version of World of Tanks. No matter what server you're in. Here's the qualifications. Number one, has to be the current version of the game. So right now has to be 9.19. When 9.20 comes out, then it has to be 9.20 and so on. The reason I do that is because if I don't, there's always one or two of you jokers out there, and believe me, you've tried this in the past. You'll submit something from like 8.7 and say, hey, use this one. It's like, no thanks, not worth it. That map doesn't even exist. It's been changed 5 times anyway. And as a matter of fact, half the tanks he killed don't even exist anymore. So why am I bothering to show this to people? Not worth it. Current version of the game, people. Number 2, you have to be in a scout tank. It's the Lighthouse for a reason. Light, scout. Got to be in a scout tank. Number 3, you have to be either alone at the end of the battle and facing 4 or more enemy tanks and win the battle, or your team has to fall behind by 6 or more tanks during the battle, and you have to play a major factor in the comeback victory. Meet those qualifications, email me the film, the replay, to Tazilon2003@yahoo.com. I'll do the rest and I'll make you the star of a YouTube. So in this battle, Pz38nA, one of or the most underrated tank in all of World of Tanks. If you've never played it and you like scouts, try it out, but be warned, it is most certainly not a tank for everybody. A lot of you are going to play it and absolutely hate it, think it's a complete POS tank, but it's not. If you take the time to learn it, to adjust your play style to its capabilities, you'll find out it is just an awesome little tank. One of the best things about it is you can take all the little loudmouth brash looks players and shut them up, because this tank absolutely shuts down looks. It may not be as strong overall throughout the scope of all the different things you can do in a battle, but when it comes to one-on-one, especially if you can catch them far away, this Pz38nA is an absolute looks killer. So try it out if you haven't. Just be prepared. Maybe unless you're a really good scout and able to adapt to tanks, you may not like it, but stick with it, be patient with it, and it's an absolute gem of a tank. In this battle, we end up falling behind for a while by 7 tanks. We have 4 tanks left. They have 11. Almost 3-to-1 odds, but, and I'm going to say his name a couple times throughout the fight, thanks to, in a large part, Kerberos77, the guy up there in the ARL V39 up at the top of the lineup. He and I pull off a really strong comeback. He ends up with 7 kills. I end up with 4. 4-to-4 kills late in the game, and he gets the last 3, in part because I pretty much gave him the last kill. I just served as bait. I tried to bait the guy towards me on cap so he could pick him off. We'll see how it plays out. Another thing coming up that you get to see, I get to go one-on-one against an almost full health Hellcat, my tier 4 against his tier 6, and my non-agile scout. That's one of the weaknesses of this tank, is that it's not particularly agile. He chooses to take me on one-on-one in the middle of the river farther up the map, and I circle of death him and only get shot 1 time. So you get to see that coming up in the future. 3 lights on the enemy team, 2 on ours. Fairly even matchup. We have 1 extra heavy. They have 1 extra light. You'd think the odds are in our favor, but man, you'll see here as we deploy pretty well. We have tanks go north. We have tanks go to town. We have 3 tanks guard the middle. And you think, wow, this is pretty good deployment for what you normally see in World of Tanks. Our team maybe has their act together. And we're ahead 3-2, we're ahead 3-3, and then all of a sudden everything just explodes in our face, and I look up and we're like 4-11. What the hell? What's going on here? So we deploy well. I guess we don't fight very well. Where you just saw me come up to this little hill, hopefully in 9.20, because I understand they're going to take away a lot of the mountain goating exploits that are going on. Like World of Mountain Pass, you can pretty much go anywhere on the entire map if you have the right tank to climb hills. I think this one will stick around. I think this is one of the places they intended tanks to be able to climb up. If you didn't see how I got here, just watch the replay again and see where I come up. I think it's the only place you can use to get up where I'm at. It's a great place for getting eyes across the northern half of the map. And as you'll see in a little bit, when I get spotted and have to back up, it's pretty easy to get out of line of fire as well. Now I have an advantage in this battle because my tanks have moved north here. A lot of times the enemy tanks come up here and they can spot over and shoot at you this way. So you have to be aware of tanks over in this position. In this battle, not a factor. There I get spotted. Now watch this. I just back up. Wow, nobody can shoot at me except Artie. I don't want to sit still because of that. And depending on where the other tanks are, they may harass you to the point where you just have to leave the hill. To the rear, easy to get back down. Don't have to worry about taking damage. And when you get to the point where you want to move forward and help your team if they start pushing, I'll show you that here. Pretty easy to do. It's a great little place to go. The taller your scout tank is, the more exposed you tend to be up here. If you have a tank whose profile is lower to the ground, it's just an awesome place to be. Right now, 3-3. Things are looking good. Doesn't stay like that for long. We have everybody in the north starting to move forward. The Stug starting to move forward, which is awesome. What I'm really waiting for right now, this Matilda's starting to inch up. Earlier we saw a Matilda up here. He died. But I want this Matilda to move up here and make sure this area is clear. Because as I've moved forward along down here, if there's somebody sitting here, he can pop me. So as soon as this Matilda shows me visually this area is clear, I'm going to move forward, and here we go. He just moved far enough forward he would see anybody that's sitting there lurking trying to get deflection shots. You just pull forward, go down this little ramp right here, bam, I'm off. Down by 3 tanks. No big deal at the moment. Now we're down by 2. Completely manageable. No reason to be alarmed. I'm thinking about coming around here to the right. It's like, nah, I think I'm going to go up on the hill here instead, because they're going to be surprised if I pop out up here. It'll take them longer to adjust to me. Maybe I can get 2 or 3 shots off. Hopefully put them all on this Lago and take them out. We'll see what happens. Oh, there's Artie up ahead of me. Lago's starting to rotate its turret. I don't want to just sit up there with 2 Artie potentially shooting at me. Time to back up. I'm thinking, you know, I can just go around the hill. It looks like the Lago may be dropping back. I don't know if he's going to come over the top of the hill. I'm going to try to shoot this Artie. Look out for the Lago. Bah! Bounced him. That kind of sucked. I'm going to go around the hill down the river and see if I can take out these artilleries. Oh man, there's a light down there. The T-80's AFK obviously, but the trouble is, even though there's nobody playing him, his vision control still works and he can see me. So I have to take him out before I come in here to go after the artillery. They got some people capping. We have people back there, just the TD and 2 Artie. Hopefully they can control that while I take this guy out. I'm not too concerned yet. Man, and now I was going to go back and try to help out the TD. And here comes the Hellcat. Here we go. He's almost full strength. He's taking like 1 little ding. But I can't run away because he's going to blast me if I do. Here he comes after me. I need to get him to go by me. Take a shot. He's going out to the river because he can't slow down. And now, once you've played this tank, you know the last thing you want to try to do is circle somebody to death while you're in water. But fortunately, the Hellcat, I guess, sucks at it worse than me. And he get that initial shot, and then I take him completely out. Pathetic on his part. 2 people waiting to shoot me. I can't loiter there and try to have a shootout with him. I'm going to die. I need to go help Cap. TD's coming back to help me. This is actually a good thing. We're going to trade positions here. He's going to go take on those guys. I'm going to go take on Cap. If you notice, a medium showed up down here, so he's not really in the equation right now unless he comes over here. I need to get the 38NA first. Oops, that shot was way off. This gun really wants you to aim it in pretty far, if not all the way, if you want to have any degree of accuracy with it. If you take snapshots a lot, you're not going to be real happy with the results. So I need to figure out who's on Cap. I'm thinking they're way back behind that rock. Oh, he's not. He's the Covenanter, and he's sitting out here in the open like a fool. Total fool, man. If he would have been back behind that, that rock, back to the right at the very back of the cap circle, he could have hidden back there and forced me to come all the way to him. Probably the mediums would have picked me off. He ends up dying, and he didn't even know who was shooting him, or he knew I was shooting him, but he didn't know where I was until right as I squeezed off the last round. By then, it was too late for him to react. Now I'm going to go back and help the TD. He's taking on that last arty. I assume the mediums are over there in town. I don't know if they're coming back to help their Cap or if they're coming over to help the arty. I don't know where they're going. I know I don't want to meet them right now. Their H models, I assume they each have the 105, which even if I was full health, they could still blast me in the dust with one shot. So he hits the arty Andy Rams. He can't afford for that guy to even splash him. So, as I said, he is a great match. He played strong the entire fight. Shooting and ramming was the perfect way to go right there. He's going to set up to find the mediums, and I'm going to go get on Cap. Here comes the one. Kerberos takes him out. Now there's just one medium left. I'm moving to Cap. I want to bait the guy and force him to come to me, and hopefully that'll give the TD an easy kill. We have no idea how many hit points he has left, where exactly he is. This seems to be the best solution. Rather than risk coming around a corner and having him blast me, it's like I can force him to react to us right now, and that's what I want to do. You hear me say a lot of times, get off Cap at the end of the battle. Well, in this case, the advantage is us. I already have my my support in place, so now it's just a matter of setting the trap and letting the guy walk into it, and here he comes. He has no way to get to where he needs to go, and he gets killed as he tries to get there anyway. End of the battle. For this battle, I end up with 1,695 XP, 1,616 damage, 4 kills, 60 assisted damage, 6 spots, and a Naydins, high caliber, and defender medals. Kerberos77 ends up with 7 kills, and man, he just played solid all the way through. Set up in the middle, helped defend the middle, then he helped as best as he could back around the Cap area while I was taking on that Hellcat and stuff. Everybody else fell by the wayside, and without any communication, he knew that he was stronger where I was in my position, and I was stronger where he was, and we switched spots. We went right by each other. He went off and took on all the people down here. I went over here and used my view range to take out the 2 people that were down by Cap, and it worked out really well. So again, another testament to the fact that don't ever give up. I don't care if it's just you against 14 other tanks. The longer you stay alive, the more damage you deal, you're building up, you're improving your XP, you're improving your credits, you're improving your skill as a player. And you can't lose by trying to win. The worst thing that can happen is you die. Who cares? You're a pixel tank. Okay? Nobody's going to bury you in real life because you died in World of Tanks. So try to win. The only thing you learn by giving up is something that you already know, and that is, if you give up, you can't win. You already know that. That's not something you're going to learn along the way. But if you try to do well, you're improving all your rewards for the battle, and you gain the added benefit of being able to watch the replay and seeing how you could have played even better. So always try for the comeback win. Sometimes, like in this case, we're down by 7 tanks. Guess what? We won because we tried to win. If you try it, it won't always work. I just had a battle in steps. I'd played this battle yesterday, and about 10 battles before this, I was in steps. I ended up being 1-on-6. I got it all the way back to 1-on-2, and I really thought I was going to get to make a video of that. I had one guy capping. I knew he was on cap. I knew it was, I think, a B2. I was in my 38nA again. And there was an artillery way at the other side of the map. I knew I only had to hit this guy one time to kill him because he was really hurt bad. I'd already beat him up earlier. And but the trouble is, with that tank, I have to shoot him from the side or the rear. Shooting him from the front is very hard. And when I finally came in on cap, there was only like 13 seconds left, and he was hidden behind a tank. And I had a fair amount of space to cross before I could get to his side, and I bounced 2 shots in a row off an exposed section, and I couldn't get to his side in time, and he capped out, and I lost. It's frustrating, but the point is I tried. You can't win unless you try, so always try. From Windstorm, Pz38nA pulling off a really big upset comeback. Happy hunting.